Okay, so Mr. Beast and Prime, they did a collab where they did their own version of Lunchables called Lunchly. And all the flavors that they have are just copies from the actual Lunchables. They have the cheese meat crackers, they have the pizza, and they have the nachos. Plus, all the Lunchables include a Prime drink and a Mr. Beast candy bar. To be honest, nobody really cared that they made this until Dan TDM, he made a post telling them to do better. Sub if you want. So this happened like 5 days ago on the 16th when the collab was revealed. They did a video basically saying that their Lunchables is healthier and better in every way.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar.
Whoa.
Feastables Crunch
Yeah!
Bar. Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese.
Ooh.
We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar. Turkey Stack 'em. 310 calories.
230 calories.
21 grams of sugar.
Only 7 grams of sugar.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients. All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash. All right, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on. We're not biased at all, but ours is way better.
Fiesta Nachos. 22 grams of sugar.
10 grams of sugar.
7 grams of protein.
9 grams of protein.
So then that's when Dan TDM, he made a tweet saying this. What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't stay silent anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. Basically, what he's saying is that kids are going to see their favorite YouTubers promote a product. They're going to buy it, they're going to eat it thinking it's healthy because their entire ad was saying that, oh, it was healthier than this thing. And the only reason why they're releasing this is to get more money from their fans. Dan's tweet is now sitting at 50 million views, over 500,000 likes, and 8,000 comments, with 99.9% of the comments just defending Dan. With even another OG YouTuber, iBallistic Squid, saying this. Why not teach kids healthy eating habits? They're comparing their product to Lunchables, which itself is highly processed crap. None of them are passionate about their health towards their fans. Only their wallets. It's so disappointing. For me, my main issue about the thing is this. They're targeting this to kids. They're getting kids energy drinks and they're getting them chocolate bars. They're comparing two unhealthy things, but saying that since theirs is healthier, you should get it over the original. Which is basically getting a chocolate bar. Saying that, oh, since my chocolate bar has less sugar, it's the best chocolate bar ever and you should buy it over anything else. Either way, it's a chocolate bar and it's not healthy, which is the same thing that they're doing. So then how do you think the three stooges behind this responded? KSI made tweets trying to make fun of Dan, but everyone shut him down and he's still trying to do something. Even though what he's saying doesn't make any sense, Logan's fighting with the community notes and Mr. Beast tried doing PR. So KSI is making fun of toys that Dan released during a collaboration, saying that these toys look like crap. One of these toys or collectibles are Dan's U2s, which KSI has 3 or 4 U2s himself. And when someone pointed out that this doesn't make any sense because he has his own U2s, KSI responded with saying that they missed the entire point and that he isn't crying on Twitter about it. Dan said, do better, and KSI took it as Dan is whining and crying about their new product. And to be honest, KSI's tweet that doesn't make any sense. Dan collaborated with Tube Heroes and U2s to make merchandise. KSI makes merchandise and sells merchandise too. He's selling the same thing. Back in the day, he had his own Tube Heroes and he has his own U2s. And it just doesn't make sense on why he's targeting Dan on this. And I feel like the only reason why he's targeting Dan on this is because he really can't target him on anything else. But it's the dumbest thing to target him over merch when you're selling merch too. And the only reason why he's targeting his merch is because Dan, he doesn't own his own food company that sells unhealthy things to children. I feel like one of the reasons why Dan is actually doing this is because he was one of YouTube's largest creators and he knows the influence that can come with it. But he's also a father too. So he sees YouTubers making a food item saying that it's healthier than something, which makes it seem like to kids that they're saying that, oh, this is a healthy thing and it comes from my favorite YouTuber. Then he made another tweet saying this, but he was talking about food. He was sponsored and then promoted and made a whole video on Munch Pack, which is a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? So KSI had to go back a decade when Dan TDM was sponsored by a monthly snack subscription box company called Munch Packs, which they get snacks all around the world. Dan did one sponsorship only once, But he didn't make a whole video saying that this is healthy. The whole thing is just, chocolate bar, snacks, junk food and everything. But he's not, portraying this junk food as healthy. You're pushing your new product as a lunch. Dan doesn't own that company. He got sponsored once. You own your own company. You're making these products and you're promoting these unhealthy things to children. Like KSI is trying so hard to defend selling actual garbage to children by calling it healthy. And that's the only thing he had against Dan, which is that he did one sponsor an entire decade ago. And that was the last thing KSI said, because I'm guessing that one of his friends told him that you look like an absolute idiot trying to defend Lunchly and attacking Dan. Because nobody was on his side for this. Like, if you look in the comments, everyone was on Dan's side because what KSI was saying was actually just stupid. And if you want to talk about unhealthy food sponsorships, how many times in Sidebin videos have you been promoting Prime? You're promoting energy drinks to kids. And so everyone just started going after KSI because what he was saying was just stupid, and his entire parade that he made against Dan isn't working out because he's going against Dan the Diamond Minecart. If you were to create an OG YouTuber Mount Rushmore, it would probably be PewDiePie, Markiplier, DanTDM, and Jacksepticeye. And speaking of Jacksepticeye, he had this to say about the situation. If you mess with Dan, you mess with YouTube. So even Jack is on the side of Dan. And honestly, it's because of who Dan is that people are defending him no matter what. So then Logan responded to Dan's tweet saying this: I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. And now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables face bans for allegedly containing lead. But when we create a better version, you're upset, then don't eat it. First off, when he says that we spent our lives creating content, to me it sounds like he's saying that making content's a burden. He's been creating content for a decade, and he decided to make content on his own. He wasn't forced to, but it worked out for him. All YouTubers, they make a brand for themselves. They get large enough, and then they create merch and other stuff. And other people, like him, decide to make a business. You can make a business, but not everyone's gonna like it because of what it is, how it's being promoted, who it's being promoted to, and who made it. Being that Prime is an energy drink that is targeted to kids because of their audience. And now, they're making it seem like their Lunchly is healthy. Also, why would Dan start fighting with the actual Lunchables company? They are an actual corporation that started back in the 80s before DanTDM was even born. And for Prime and Lunchly, it will always be labeled as something some YouTubers made. With Dan being a YouTuber, he can say stuff about other YouTubers, about what they do, what they're promoting and everything. He felt like he actually had to say something since the kids who eat this are actually thinking that it's healthy when it's actual garbage for them. Then Logan just started fighting with the community notes and he blocked everyone from commenting on his posts. Now Mr. Beast, he made a post about Lunchly, but he didn't make a post about everything that's been going on. Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units and countless people eat them. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Our turkey meat, for example, is 80 calories less, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes. We use real cheese and they use cheese products. They can't even call it actual cheese, higher quality meat, etc. Obviously, eating fresh chicken, broccoli is healthier. But if someone's gonna eat a pre-made meal like this, which millions of people do through Lunchables, then I think giving them a higher quality version at roughly the same price is a net good. Also, we can get economies of scale and can get things cheaper. We will only be improving the product more and more. So basically, he's saying that since Lunchables is actual garbage, here's something that's similar, but less garbage. So he has time to talk about Lunchables, but he doesn't have time to talk about the Beast Game stuff. So that's about it. If you liked, then sub. If you sub, you might get another video.